Hey there guys, this is Tyzera here again, and today I am bringing you some 30-0 flawless team defender on the map Fallen using the ACR with red dot sight and kick proficiency. My perks are Scavenger, Hardline and Marksman I believe. My killstreak setup is the Predator Missile, Attack Helicopter and the AC-130. So, as you saw at the beginning of this gameplay, I got the Delta Force spawn, and when I get the Delta Force spawn on Fallen, then the route I like to take is the route I've just taken now. I'll normally run into the middle of the map, into the park, stand on top of the bench, and look straight down the alleyway, because a lot of enemies, when they spawn on the Spetsnaz spawn, they'll run straight through the alleyway, and you can normally pick up 1 or 2 kills there without any hassle or anything, because you're standing behind a wall, you have cover. They don't really have too much cover, they only have those posts coming out the ground, and they're not very good cover at all, so normally if you take that route then you should be able to get 1 or 2 kills. And then once you've done that, or if no enemies went there, then you want to come and stand up here on this rooftop here. And although you don't have the best cover because the fences or the railings are easy to shoot through, you know, as long as you make sure that you're not too exposed at one time, then like you can see here, you can easily just pick them off, because when you're up here, you have a great view of almost the entire map. And I find that this spot works particularly well on domination. I think I said this in a previous video around Christmas time, but you know, on domination, this spot is fantastic because you can see over to the C flag, which is just down from where I'm looking now. You can see over to the B flag, which is by the garages. And although you can't see A flag, if they are spawning A, then they'll normally run to the side of all the buildings that are scattered around, and you can see all the different entrances and exit routes to where the A flag is. But anyway, like I said, this is Team Defender, not Domination. And even in Team Defender and Kill Confirmed and TDM or whatever other game types you play, that is still one of the best spots to go in, because like I said, you can just see so much of the map and it just gives you such a big advantage over everyone else. And this is probably the next best spot to be on this map, up in this building here and up on that balcony. The only trouble normally is snipers who are off in the distance, who can see you very well because they've got their scopes, but you can't really see them too well. But hopefully you'll get snipers like the one that I just killed a couple of seconds ago, who aren't particularly good at the game, I guess would be a nice way to say it. Now, as far as class recommendations go for this map, I would advise sticking to the long-range weapons because there are so many long lines of sight on this map. I mean, if you stick to some of the buildings, then you can get some close encounters, close engagements, but for the most part, you're going to be in a lot of long-range gunfights. So for that reason, if you're good with sniper rifles, then go ahead and use a sniper. But for someone like me who isn't particularly great with sniper rifles, then try sticking with the long-range assault rifles like the ACR or the MK14, or you know, even the MP7 if you want to, because that thing is ridiculous at long range. It just doesn't recoil. It goes up slightly and then I don't know, the MP7 is just so good at long range. I don't even know what they were thinking when they put that in the game. But anyway, I'm not here to rant about the MP7. So, like I said, you're going to want to stick with the sniper rifles or the ACR or the MK14, you know, weapons like that. And I guess a Type 95 or an M16 would be good as well. But I find that the Type 95 is better for close range because you can just down them in 2 shots or 3 if you're really pushing it. But, you know, I would advise using things like the ACR red dot sight or the MK14 red dot sight, you know. General long-range assault rifles like those normally do well on this map for me. But moving on to perks and kill streaks, really perk setup is up to you. When I'm building a class from scratch or editing a class or whatever, and I'll normally choose my primary weapon first, then go with perks, then kill streaks, and then I'll adjust my secondary accordingly. So if I'm using something like steady aim or trying to go for higher kill streaks, then I'll put the Akimbo FMGs on because those things just dominate. And if I'm using something like Dead Silence or Stalker, which I don't use too often, then I'll go with something like the MP9 Silencer, because that thing is just a beast as well. Me and my friends always say that the MP9 is a primary in disguise, but whatever, I'm getting off topic. Kill streaks that do well on this map, try and stick to things like the AC-130 or the Reaper, because, you know, there's lots of open space here. As long as you keep them out of the buildings, then, you know, your kill streaks are just going to go to town. And even if they are camping in this building that I'm looking at now, yeah, you can actually get AC-130 and Reaper shots through the windows, which I guess seems a little unfair to the enemy team, but, you know, you've obviously worked hard for your kill streaks, so you should deserve to go to town with them. But like I said, there are a lot of long lines of sight and open spaces on this map, so you want to stick to the AC-130 and Reaper where you can just absolutely destroy them. And I normally use the pave low on maps where there isn't as much open space, because that way I'm not wasting an AC-130 or a Reaper or whatever. But anyway guys, the game is coming up to a close here. In fact, it has closed. Final score was 30-0. Please like the video if you enjoyed, please favourite it if you really enjoyed. If there's anything you would like to ask me or tell me, then please leave a comment. I do read all of them and respond to all of them. So anyway, like I said, please like the video if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.